The Huskers begin Big Ten Conference play this week on the road against the Illinois Fighting Illini. So, with Big Ten Conference play coming up, the first three games of the season, the first game against South Alabama, the offense, it struggled. There was growing pains in the offense. 3 turnovers for them. The defense was the difference maker in that game. Game 2, it seemed to be the defense. It just seemed to shut down in the second half. Nebraska had a 17-0 lead in the half, and they allowed Colorado to get back into the game. In Game 3, it just seemed like everything was firing on all cylinders for the Husker offense. There was only 1 turnover for Nebraska in that game, but after 3 games in the season, Nebraska has 7 total turnovers. And I know only 1 turnover isn't that big of a deal, but when the Huskers get further along into conference play, when they play Ohio State, Wisconsin, Iowa, even Purdue, I'll add Purdue in that list, they're going to have to play as close to mistake-free football as they can if they want to not only beat these teams, but to just compete with them. And this Saturday, it's going to be a big testament of how they're going to perform later on in the season. Because last week they got a confidence booster by winning 44-8. But now it's the real test. It's conference play. So with this matchup with the Illinois Fighting Illini, this seems like an evenly matched game on paper. But the way I view this game, the Fighting Illini are coming off a loss against Eastern Michigan with a game-winning field goal as time expired. Which is a bad loss for anybody, for a Power 5 team to lose to a Group of 5 team. However, Eastern Michigan also beat Purdue last year in the same fashion, a game-winning field goal as time expired. Yes, the same Purdue team that dominated against Ohio State lost to Eastern Michigan last year. So I don't really know what to think of this game. Yes, the Huskers offense appears to have momentum after a dominating performance, but road games are never a guarantee in college football. I don't care what team you are and who you play, road games are not always a guarantee. But I'm going to predict that Nebraska is going to get a convincing win at Illinois this week. I'm going to say I have been giving out conservative scores for the Huskers this season, but I'm going to predict that they win by at least maybe 3 possessions. I'm going to say it's going to be a score along the lines of 37-14. I think the Huskers are going to play smart late in the game, rest some of their starters for the Ohio State game next week. So we're going to see some more of the second and third stringers in the game late as the starters get rested for next week's showdown against the Buckeyes. So really not much to really break down. We'll see how Nebraska does this weekend. It's going to be interesting to see how the Huskers respond to a dominant performance. So like, share, subscribe. I'll see you next time.